Ghana in 24, your favorite informative hub. My name remains Edem Kojo. Now, in today's episode, if you would remember Kaswa Angelina Jolie, Honorable Hawa Koomson, her incident hasn't still left the scene and she still seems to be in the news for the past 24 hours. I'll bring you all updates concerning her issue. Also, today happens to be the day that the finance minister went to parliament for what we call the mid-year budget review. I'll bring you all the interesting things he presented to parliament today. Then also, I call this one, you have to learn to watch your mouth and your hands. Now someone is in big trouble because he couldn't do both. I'll bring you a very, very interesting but funny story, and hopefully at the end of the day we'll say a prayer for that person together. But before I take a short break and begin our stories, I want to say a big congratulations to Isaac Dogby for winning his fight. If you would remember, I told you that after a year and 2 months of break from boxing, he finally returned and he beat his opponent in the 8th round by a technical knockout. Let's take a short break. When I return, I'll give you all the stories. So you're warmly welcome back to Ghana in 24, your favorite informative hub. Now, in my first story, as I said, you remember Kaswa Angelina Jolie, the minister and MP who claimed responsibility for some gunshots at the Step to Christ polling station. Well, lots of people had been calling for her to step down. Now, interestingly enough, the party folks don't think so. Now, popular MPP stalwart Mr. Gabi Otredakun, in a tweet today, said that she was doing that in self-defense, and as such, he stands with her. Also, Deputy General Secretary of the New Patriotic Party, the party that Honorable Koomson belongs to, has come out to say that she did it in self-defense, and so from the law, she hasn't done anything wrong. But then the majority leader, Honorable Osei Chi has said that he doesn't want to preempt the police, and as such, he's asking the police service to expedite investigations so that whoever is wrong would be punished. But then the Ghana Bar Association of Ghana, in a statement, have actually called against the actions of the minister, that is Honorable Hawa Koomson. Now, according to them, there have been so many acts of violence in the ongoing registration, including one having to have a minister of state being the suspect. They're actually speaking against it and are calling that right actions be taken. Now, in a similar reaction, the national coordinator of the West African Network for Peace Building, simply known as WANEP, in the person of Mr. Albert Young, has said that the police or security agencies should take the gun away from Ms. Koomson. Now, according to them, when you are going for a gun, they are supposed to test your temperament to see whether you will not bring out the gun in a small scuffle. And they say this is just a small misunderstanding, and for her to bring out her gun, it means that she does not have the temperament to be able to possess such a gun. And so they are saying that with immediate effect, the gun should be taken from her. Now, Mr. Young didn't stop there. He's saying that the president should fire Honorable Hawa Koomson, and that if the president doesn't fire her, he's calling on the people of Ewutu Senya East constituency to vote the MP out. But in an interesting twist, I told you already that the NDC have told us that each week they'll give us a press conference. Well, yesterday they held their 8th weekly press conference, and this week, as usual, was dominated by the Hawa Koomson incident. Now, according to the communications officer of the party, Mr. Sammy Gyamfi, he is saying that some police officers have put their career conterminous to the tenure of the presidency. So what he's saying is that some of them have made up their mind that when the president is leaving, they too they are leaving, so they are messing up. And so he's sending out a strong warning to security officials that anybody who has not been able to act firm during these 4 years, whenever the NDC comes to power, they will sack all of them. Yes, he's saying that if you didn't perform your duty, they will fish you out, and when they come, all of them will be fired. Now they are also saying that if the police doesn't prosecute Honorable Hawa Koomson, even if it is 50 years that they come back to power, they will revisit the case and make sure that she is jailed for whatever she did. And so this is from our friends in the NDC. What do you make of this? People are saying that Mr. Sammy Gyamfi's threats to the police service is uncalled for, and so he's actually putting the party in a position where police officers and security agencies may not be sympathetic to their cause. Now, what do you make of this? Just drop your comments and let us know what you think about this update that I've given you. Stay tuned. I'll be back after this short break with more juicy stories. Okay, so you're welcome back to Ghana in 24. My name remains Edem Kojo. Now, in the second story, today the finance minister, Honorable Ken Ofori-Atta, handed his invitation to Parliament by presenting the mid-year review budgets. Now, usually before the end of a year, the minister is supposed to read the budget for the upcoming year, but because things can change during the middle of the year, the minister is given an opportunity to address the House halfway through the year in what could be described as a review based on happenings in the actual year. Well, this year, following the COVID situation, it was obvious that the budget for the year was almost thrown out of the wind, and as such, a review was imminent. And so it wasn't surprising that finally this review happened today. Well, those who are familiar with the finance minister, you will know that when he's visiting the parliament, he doesn't joke with his whites. Yes, he's a saint, so he always wears his whites there. Then also, he has a brown briefcase that always has all his documents in it. He doesn't play with it at all. And then finally, the minister has never made a speech without quoting a scripture. And so, as always, he included some words from the Bible in his speech. But then there are interesting takeouts from this speech, and I would like to let you know about it. First of all, would you remember that in one of the president's address, he announced that water was going to be free for 3 months and electricity tariffs reduced by 50% for 3 months as well. Well, the minister in his budget review statement has said that this waiver has been extended for a further 3 months. So, fellow Ghanaians, water is free for the next 3 months. Hooray! Then also, he's saying that a 10.3 million Ghana cedi package has been laid out for infected health personnel. And so if health personnel or frontline workers get infected, there is something for them as well. Also in the budget, it's interesting to note that the flagship program of the governing New Patriotic Party, that is the free SHS, as we all know, has actually costed the government 3.2 billion Ghana cedi. Now, according to the minister, he says that this 3.2 billion Ghana cedi, which government has covered, is now actually in the pockets of individuals since they didn't pay such fees. I don't know what you think about that. Also, in an interesting part of the speech, they are telling us that COVID cannot stop the year of fruits. People were asking that earlier in the year, the president was saying this is our year of fruits. He's going to construct almost every road in the country, and because of the COVID situation and his call for hospitals to be built? Would this thing be thrown out? Well, the minister is saying that COVID cannot stop our year of roads, and they've given us so many roads that are under construction. Well, as I do always, in the description you can find a link to the full speech by the minister, and take a look at it and let us know your views in the comment section. But in some funny reaction, the minority, particularly the minority leader Honorable Haruna Idrisu, has said that the economy is showing symptoms of coronavirus. I don't know what you think of that. Just let me know if you also believe that the economy is showing signs of coronavirus. In my final story, before I go on a lighter note, I said you have to learn to watch your mouth and watch your hands. Well, yesterday, this was something that was trending on social media. An MMT driver, you know, when you are driving, everybody wants to cross each other. And for those of you who drive, you know this thing. So, in a bid to try and then overtake each other, the MMT driver scratched a part of a very expensive car called an Escalade. Now, after scratching the car, instead of MMT driver to stop, he just sped off, and the Escalade driver also sped following him. Unfortunately for the MMT driver, they both ended up stuck at a toll booth, and that is when this situation became funny. So you know, in Ghana, no driver wants to accept his wrong, so they are insulting each other. Hey, who got driving school, boy? Hey, who you say? Yes. So after so many insults, they turned the thing physical. So the MMT driver got down and now went to exchange blows. Well, lo and behold, the owner of the car got down, and guess who he was? Try a guess. Well, the owner of the car happened to be Honorable Kennedy Japan. Yes, the MMT driver happened to scratch Kennedy Japan's car, insult whoever was driving, and even threw blows at him. This is not a pleasant situation to be in. So please, if you are driving, watch your mouth and then watch your hands too. Well, let's say a prayer for this driver and hope that he doesn't enter into more trouble. On this note, my name remains Adam Kojo. Kindly like, comment, and share, and then let us know what you are thinking also. And do subscribe, most importantly, and turn on your notifications, because we'll be doing this thing. Stay safe as always, and have a nice day. See you, God willing, tomorrow. Bye.